Tomorrow morning, the second day of testimony will begin in the civil trial of a Georgia karate coach accused of molesting 7 former students when they were children. Today, jurors heard from 2 of the plaintiffs who described in graphic detail the sexual abuse they say they endured for years at the hands of their trusted coach, Craig Peeples. Their lawsuit, filed in 2015 against Peeples, was the first to be filed under Georgia's Hidden Predator Act. They have waited 5 years for their day in court, and one accuser explained today why it took him years to come forward.
I didn't think anybody would believe me. That's the reason I never came forward at any point in time, because he was so prominent in the community.
Who still coaches children at Pax Karate in Kingsland, Georgia, was there listening to the testimony in court today. He denies the accusations. He is expected to testify at his trial. First Coast News will be in the courtroom again tomorrow.